We're back. This time for the Arca series, the Bubbas Ball Tire Arca Outlet series, Arca Menards, Bubbas, Arca, Bubba Wallace, Arca series. Tonight, we're at North Wilkesboro for playoff race number 2. And man, I tell you what, this is a blast of a combo, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm Eddie Smith, and we are on Rebel Racing Network. We're gonna do 2 for 2 tonight, doubleheader. Second one, we got the Grand National Series where Andy Kurtz takes home the victory at Chicagoland as we move closer to a champion in both series tonight. Take a look at our championship standings. See where everybody's sitting at. Jonathan Cofield currently holds the top spot. Michael Kosick in second. Andy Kurtz, you see everybody all the way down. And we go to the next page. You'll see got a few drivers that have missed some races. Oswald is here tonight looking to get a win, maybe punch a ticket into the playoffs. But these standings are going to continue to be more and more competitive. Next week is going to be wild as we look and just see how close everybody is. That is not much room to make errors. You got to get all you can get. And tonight, we're going to be at a short track. That's not a good place to try not to have any errors for sure. But getting ready to grid it up. Let's jump right into the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. See who's going to win that award as we get the grid up here for the Bubbas Ball Tire Outlet Arca Series. Karen Church is going to be the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. So here tonight, let's get into the starting grid. Matt Tilner, another short track ace on the outside of the front row. Jonathan Cofield and Steve McDonald, 2 Bandit Motorsports guys side by side, ready to fire off. Michael Nash, Travis Bieber, starting in row number 3. Row number 4 is Tyler Rice in that Velocity Motorsports short track specialist. And then outside is Michael Kostick. Jonah Colbert, starting 9th. Josh Oswald, one to look out for right there, that 17 machine. He's going to be up at the front. Starting 11th, 12th, Andy Kurtz, winner tonight in the Grand National Series. Then Brandon Wallace, overall just a big old loser. But no, he's going to be trying to get a win tonight. Punch his ticket into the next round. Davey Jones in the Flexible Freight Solutions number 10 machine, and Chuck Pegleg Phelps starting in 13th and 14th. Philip Monzo in the 40. I think it's a Saints car. Pretty sure it is. And then you got Mickey Isaac. 17th, Brandon Pollock. 18th is Chris Reese. 19th, Matt Clement brings up the rear of the field. Alrighty. Well, the field is already rolling. And we're getting ready to get some racing going tonight. Thanks. That was the Jeff By Jr. Art starting grid. Let's take a look at the race analysis for tonight. Arca Menards Chevrolet, 120 laps, 50% fuel, and 4 sets of tires with that one fast repair. That one fast repair is going to be the key. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to get ready to go green. Man, looks like the field is just flying around the track here under caution. That pace car has no chill as he is rolling. But who's going to win tonight, I don't know. It's going to be a fun North Wilkesboro, a very, very fun track in these cars. It is going to put on a good show. Pace car pulls off. Kieran Church is going to lead us down to the green flag, and the green flag is out, and he's going to take an early lead. Matt Tilder, they're going to fight on the outside to see if he can make it work. Turn 1 and 2 is where you can do that. 3 and 4, you will not be able to work that top side, I don't think, after a couple laps. Tilder, though, making me look like a big dummy as he is able to hold off just a little bit, but Kieran able to clear him for that top spot. So give the lead to Kieran Church. That was a very, very important pass. It's going to be difficult to make passes here tonight. It's going to take a lot of work. You're not going to be able to move through the field real quickly. You're going to have to take your time and take your runs when you can get them. And so expect to see some tight racing. Let's go on board with Kieran Church. Let's see what it takes to get around this track. Drive as hard as you can and see it gets a little bit loose on entry. Keep the left sides right on that apron. Come off as straight as possible. Don't get in the wall, though. Drive down in the corner. Come up a little bit. The track, you see, it kind of curves out. So you want to hit that late apex and get the straight run off the corner. So far, he is looking really, really good in that 22 machine. Talked about somebody to watch for. Josh Oswald already making moves through the field. He has moved up 2 spots, trying to make it 3 here on the inside of Michael Kostick. Kostick fighting hard, though, on the outside. That outside just going to get worse and worse as the run goes on. Early on, you can make it work. Ooh, somebody gets loose. Looks like that's Davy Jones. Gets loose up off the corner, but Kostick knows how important it is to hang on to these positions, as he is really fighting to keep that position. But Oswald going to be able to clear him off the corner here. Oh, a little contact between the 8 and the 6, as Tyler Rice going to take advantage. You see just how difficult it is. Kostick trying to fight for that position and end up losing 2. Oswald already back on the attack mode. Josh Oswald, just a short track guy, races short tracks in real life, and is very, very good at them here on the sim. Does a lot of late model tour mod racing. If there's somebody who knows how to get it done, it's him, if he can stay out of some trouble. Like, he was to the inside of Travis, but not quite able to make it work. Travis able to gas it up and get it going. Maybe an opportunity here is Travis Weber going to get to the wall. That opens the door for the 17, able to get down to the inside. Tyler Rice, another Velocity Motorsports driver, following the 17 through the field. So far, since the start of the race, your biggest mover is Josh Oswald with Chris Reese, who is currently running in the 15th position. Those guys already on the move after only 11 laps here tonight. As we go back up to the front, Cofield, Matt Telder. These guys battling it out. Telder starting to fall back a little bit from the lead, as Kiernan starting to slowly pull away. Last lap, though. Telder was a little bit faster than this lap. Kiernan back to being the fastest car on the track. So these guys setting a really, really good pace. It's very, very close. Cofield gets right to the back bumper. He's definitely faster, just not quite able to get that position. It's so difficult. It takes a couple turns and just the right amount of drive off to make these passes work. You got to get position, and the way the turns work here at North Wilkesboro, it doesn't mean that you're going to get position if you get down at the bottom. You really have to fight for it. So Cofield not able to make that work just yet. Go back here and check in on Matt Clemens. Currently running the 17th position. He's started dead last, but he has made up a couple spots. You see Philip Monzo right behind him, and then a little bit further back, you have Brandon Pollock. Matt would like to have a good run tonight. In a couple playoffs. He is in the playoffs. He missed last week, so he is still sitting at the 1,000-point mark, but there are a few races in this particular round. 3 races to be exact. This is the second one, so he still has some opportunity to make up some points tonight. It's a good way to start off. If he can sneak a win in there, that's the best way to do it. But if not, just try to get as many points as you can, many positions in each race, and get into the top 8. It's definitely possible. Currently running back in the 17th position. Starting to get spread out here. Everybody about equally spread out apart. So we'll watch this battle between Steve McDonald and Michael Nash. And right behind them is Josh Oswald, who continues his charge to the front. Josh faster than both these drivers right in front of him. Go on board with Josh, see what he's doing different that is really allowing him to make up the difference. It's a little bit loose there, but you can definitely tell he is being very, very easy on the throttle. One of the biggest things in short track racing is trying to keep the rear tires under you. And not spin the tires off the corners. So easy to do, especially if you have a car that has enough horsepower to break them loose. You want to keep those rears under you as long as possible. Up front, got a challenge for the lead maybe as Kieran Church starting to fall back a little bit, and Matt Telder has gotten to the back bumper of the 22 machine as this 3-car breakaway is about to get pretty spicy, I would imagine. Matt Telder desperately looking for a win. Has speed almost every week, but just not able to get over that threshold. He seems to get caught up in other people's stuff, some stuff of his own, and so looking to get maybe a little bit of redemption tonight. He is kind of fell back a little bit in the middle part of this run, but here at the end is really making up some ground here on Kiernan. And he's going to get positioned down the inside. Lost a little bit of the back end, but Kiernan going to give him the room. Let's see if, I think Kiernan will get a nice run off the corner. Has to lift. The one is still there as it go down into turn 3 and 4. Side by side. Don't know if Kiernan's going to be able to hold him off. Those tires have got to be screaming already. Only 28 laps in, but that is... Kiernan doing a great job of making the outside work, fighting for the lead. Oh, he gets kind of hung to the wall a little bit. That may be what Telder needed. They come off the corner. The one clears himself and move Matt Telder up to the lead. Kiernan, though, going to fight back on the outside. Here comes Jonathan Cofield to try to maybe make it 3 wide. Kiernan not giving up. One and 2, it seems like the outside line does kind of work, but 3 and 4, it just kind of, the car kind of dies up there, so he was not able to make it there. He's going to make another attempt. You see he's 4-wheel sliding off the corner, gets a little bit of that wall, and that's going to open the door to Jonathan Cofield. Kiernan trying to fight for that lead position, really did a number on his tires, so he is struggling. Gonna have to let those things cool down a little bit. So after 32 laps, Matt Telder, Jonathan Cofield, Kieran Church, Michael Nash, and Steve McDonald, your top 5. Josh Oswald kind of stalling out up here right around 5th place. And he's got Michael Kostick that has made up some ground and right on his back bumper. So got a 4-car battle here. and maybe have Jonah Colbert join in not too long from now, as he's putting down some pretty quick laps. Jonah actually the fastest car on the track last time by. That's really impressive after this long a run. Oswald gets a nice run off of turn number 2, going to drive down to 3 and 4 and make the move on the 68. Let's see if see some smoke there, but '68 fighting hard on the outside. Definitely down in 1 and 2. It's got to be frustrating for the inside guy. 1 and 2, you can really make the outside work, but you see in 3 and 4, just not quite able to hold on to it. Got to fight for it, though. You don't want to let everybody by. But move the 17 into the top 5, up 5 positions already. Let's go back a little bit and see what happened to Tyler Rice. Kinder Farm and Ranch wreckage, rewind the 6, gets loose off the corner right in front of Jonah Colbert, and he goes down and hits the inside wall and really hurt the left side of that car. They're currently running in the 12th position, now the 13th, so definitely has some damage. He is going to be waiting to come down pit road and get that damage fixed. Back up front, though, it is Matt Telder with Jonathan Cofield trying to run him down. You see that Pennzoil car, that's Brandon Pollock, who has also had an incident. It's gone around, but he is having a tough night. I can't tell if he's gone down pit road, but I think he may have had an accident. Let's go back and see what happened to Brandon Pollock. The 01 kind of out there by himself in the back, just gets loose. Car comes around, no caution came in. That's probably where that smoke, and that was right in front of the leaders. So a scary moment for the 001. Able to get it back together. Big gaggle of cars is Kieran Church going the wrong way. Man, up there leading now. You can see that 22 machine is not reacting like he wants it to. He comes back down after getting into the wall, comes back down the track. Steve McDonald having to avoid him. So Kieran Church going backwards here after leading the first part of this race. He's already back into the 6th position. He's about to go back to 7th and 8th. I mean, he's losing a ton of spots. So he must have had some major contact with the wall that has really affected the handling on that 22 machine. And he's going to have some work to do to get back up there. Continuing to watch the battle between the 17 and 8, but also the march forward. Michael Nash, somebody we haven't really talked too much about. He's been quietly hanging around in the 3rd position. He moved up 2 spots from where he started in 5th, but he is very fast in that Winn-Dixie 27 machine. We'll see just how he is doing compared to the leader, Matt Telder. You'll see a little bit faster. So that 27 machine, well, that time by is just a tad bit slower, but 27 so far has been, it looks like Kieran Church is coming down pit road. So Kieran Church electing to come down pit road and go ahead and get that car fixed. They're going to have to pit at least once anyway, I believe. So, see, Michael Nash doing a great job. The last couple laps has not been that great, but he was doing pretty good before that. So, right now he's about to fall into the clutches of that 17. tell how ginger people are being on the throttle. Still driving in pretty deep, using the brake. But you can tell how much you need to let these things roll. Just not wanting to turn on the throttle from the middle exit, but as it transitions to the straightaway, it definitely starts to break loose, so you have to be careful. You see Josh Oswald trying to get position, get a little run on the inside. It gets a little bit loose, so very, very technical track, I think. I think this very beautiful track to race on. Has a lot of character, a lot of short tracks. Very bottom line dominant, and the top side just doesn't work at all. But here, at least you do have a top side for a couple laps, but turn 1 and 2, it can be very difficult to make a pass on somebody there. As you can almost kind of diamond 1 and 2. 3 and 4, you really want to be right here on the bottom, just like Caustic is doing. Just keep it right there on the bottom. But I'm enjoying the heck out of watching this battle here. For third place, Josh trying the best that he can do. Get around this 27 machine. Got some lap cars coming up right in front of these. They're side by side, so always, when you're in this position, you're looking ahead. You're battling this guy, but you're also looking ahead, trying to see what these two drivers are going to do. That's Davy Jones and Brandon Pollock. Try to maybe find a way to pick the guy you're trying to pass. Put him in a way that he gets stuck behind the lap car, and that'll allow you to facilitate that pass. If Oswald can get a run on the inside of the 27 and make the 27 have to check up just a little bit, that may be all that he needs. As you can see, it is going to be difficult to make these passes. But great racing so far. Caution free here on lap 56. We're almost halfway. Jonah Colbert starting to catch up to this group. As you can tell by now, after this many laps on tires, passing is almost non-existent. Excuse me. They're really going to have to dig down into the toolbox to make these moves here. See Josh trying to put his nose up into the second groove to try to find any way of getting an advantage. Not able to do it. And the one thing about Wilkes, it's so difficult, is it's very hard to really even bump somebody and move them up out of the way. 17 going to get a nice run through the corner there. He's not quite there, but he is going to take the liberty of driving deep into the corner, and that's what I was talking about. You drive so deep into the corner, it's hard to get to somebody's bumper, but if you can get down to the inside and get position, that will open the door. So move Josh Oswald into third place. He's about 4 seconds off the leader, Matt Telder, as Michael Nash trying to do the best he can to defend this position. But now he's going to lose fourth place as well. Going to drop down to the inside to defend, make sure the 31 can't do the same. But the 31's going to get a run here. You're going to look down to the inside. Michael going to drive deep into the corner. Cuts off the 31 just a little bit. Just a frustration is what it is. He's just trying to get back down to the bottom. He let one guy go, and he's just getting freight trained here on the top side. You can tell those cars are not handling good. They're both getting sideways. You see them sideways on entry. Jonah going to drive down at the bottom and able to take that position, so move Jonah into the top 5. Going to go back and highlight Matt Clemens up 5 spots from where he started, up to 14th. Talked about how he missed last week and needs to have a couple good races. He's doing exactly what he needs to do, as he was able to just recently get around Chuck for 14th. So move the 19 up. He's inside the top 15, making a march. Making March. Look, I'm falling apart here, but he's moving forward. He's passing people. That's what I'm saying. And if he can keep this trend up, get inside the top 10, man, that'll be a great points day for the 19. And maybe catch some pit strategy, find himself up front, sneak a win. That would also be really, really good. So check in on some drivers. Had some trouble early. Tyler Rice was moving forward right behind Josh Oswald, and we saw him get loose. Been dealing with that damage. You can see the left front poking out of that number 6 machine. So disappointing so far. Once he goes down pit road, be able to get that fixed and try to make up some ground. But you can definitely tell that car is hurt pretty bad, as he's not able to turn the same kind of lap times he was before. I say that, but he's the fastest car on the track. So what do I know? But just struggling to make those positions back up, especially on these old tires. Uh-oh. The problem with Matt Clement, don't know what happened. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened to the 19 machine. I just got through talking about him. He is down on the apron. Let's see if we can go back and see. Oh, he just gets loose off the corner. Takes a ride through the grass. We stay green, but does a great job of not making contact with anybody, but it drops him back to 16th place. And he does go a lap down. But right now, your leader, Matt Telder, in that number 1 machine, man, he is doing a great job. Out to a 1.5 second lead. Now he's just got to deal with lap traffic. He's going to go to the outside of Phil Monzo. Oh, and Phillip. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It's all. Oh, my goodness. Matt Telder is at a minefield. He is in a minefield as he's dodging these bullets like Neo in the Matrix out here. As, good grief, my heart stopped for a second as I thought the leader was going to make some contact. He able to make it through there masterfully as Phil Monzo drives in a little bit deep. He has to miss him. Chris Reese was slow and right in front of him. My goodness, what a great job. As looks like Jonathan Cofield is going to come down pit road, make his final stop of the night. Just a one-stop race, 4 tires and fuel for that 58 machine, and get back out there and try to make up some ground and hope there's no caution, because I think you're in danger of going at least a couple laps down here. So 4 tires, fuel for the 58, and he is down and away with Brandon Wallace right behind him. Brandon Wallace did indeed go down 2 laps, so it is definitely possible. So now Jonathan Cofield cashing in his chips and hoping that we stay green. That way he can make use of these tires. You see the 5 of Andy Kurtz gives up the 5th position to come down pit road and make his stop. So if I'm Telder, I'm staying out as long as possible, but I'm not Telder. So Telder comes on in on lap 74 and gives up the lead to make his stop. Probably the best decision, as if it does go green, that Cofield will make up a little bit of ground. So you don't want to give up too much ground on new tires right now. Jonathan Cofield running, oh wow, yeah, a whole second faster on fresh tires. So Cofield might actually come out with the lead. We're going to see as they come off of pit road, and Cofield does take over the lead. So with that pit strategy of going in early, Cofield is going to have the advantage here on Matt Telder, who stayed out a couple more laps. So a great call by Jonathan Cofield to come down a little bit early, and that moves Matt Telder almost 2 seconds behind Jonathan Cofield as they come out of pit. So Cofield, with the strategy call, may end up being what he needed as he goes around and unlaps himself. That's the leader, Jonah Colbert, who has yet to make his pit stop. So a second faster on fresh tires these guys are doing. Really, really impressive stuff. I think pitting early was the right call. As we just know how tough it is to pass. The longer you stay out, you're going to have to really make up a lot of ground. You're not going to be able to wait. But just waiting to see who's... Jonah Colbert comes down pit road right here, right in front of Matt Telder. So give the lead to Travis Bieber, who still is out on the track, yet to make his pit stop. Matt Telder, now he is almost 4 seconds back. I don't know if he's struggling with lap traffic or what, but is 4 seconds back from Cofield, who is really laying down some heaters out there. Almost 2/10 faster than Matt Telder the last lap. Jonathan Cofield doing just a much better job of getting through traffic. So just that one decision to pit a couple laps later gave up the lead in almost 4 seconds between Jonathan Cofield and Matt Telder. Travis Bieber still out on track. Jonathan Cofield, Matt Telder has cycled to second and third. You see Chuck Phelps there in the 4th position. They are going around him. He has yet to make his pit stop along with Phil Monzo. So they will have to come in and make their final stop. And Phil Monzo comes down pit road. Chuck's still staying out there. The last two to pit. Travis Bieber, your current leader. Hoping for a caution. Maybe trap some of these guys a lap down. But what will be fun when Travis goes down pit road and able to drive back through the field is he will have fresher tires than anybody. So that'll be a lot of fun. Here he comes. On lap 86 of 120, your leader, Travis Bieber, gives up the lead and comes down pit road, and that will give the lead to Jonathan Cofield, who has yet to lead a lap. That's the first lap of the race for the 58 machine, as the pit cycle finally has cycled around. And I hate to say it, and I'm going to regret this, but we are caution-free so far in this race. And oh my God. No way. No way. It looks like Michael Nash has gone around. I can't believe it. It's the most jinx I've ever done. That's unbelievable. Go back and see what happened. Michael Nash, Jonah Colbert, old Jonah going to get to the back end of the 27, and they go around, make contact, but Michael Nash goes around, and that brings out the first caution of the night here in the Arca series. And boy, did I jinx that one. Good grief. Enter Farm and Ranch. Wreckage rewind for the number 27, who goes around after contact with the 31. And, interesting calls here. It's like Cofield gives up the lead and comes down pit road. He's been on those tires long enough, I guess, that he was willing to come down and take another set. That gives the lead to Josh Oswald, who is on 17 lap older tires, but yeah, I don't know how this is going to play out, but Cofield He's going to come out in 6th place. I think that's pretty dang good for him. As it looks like a lot of people followed suit. Matt Telder, Mickey Isaac, Michael Nash, Travis Beaver, Tyler Rice all come down and take 4 tires and fuel. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this all cycles around. We know it's a second difference in time between 76 lap old tires and fresh tires, but how much difference is 18 lap versus fresh tires? So, gonna be interesting to see what the difference really is. Will it take long for the new tires to equalize, or how's that gonna work out? It's gonna be interesting. I think I would love to have track position as the run goes on. If we go green to the end, that track position going to be super important. But also, if we have a big run of cautions, being out front like Josh Oswald is, that is where you want to be. Let's look at the championship standings while we're sitting here. Cofield still has the lead. Michael Kostick about 5 points back. But you see some guys having some good runs. Steve McDonald, he is sitting in 6th position. He is currently 5th in points. Travis Bieber, who is in 9th. You see he's jumped up a couple spots. So, I mean, from 4th place, Michael Nash on back, man, it is a hornet's nest, and it could change at any moment. Pace car going to pull off Josh Oswald, Jonah Colbert. Josh Oswald takes a massive jump and gets out. That's exactly what he needed to do as he's trying to get out ahead of these new tires. Jonas gets a nice turn 1. Going to look down to the inside. The 17 not going to be able to defend that position. Oh, this is Josh Oswald's worst nightmare as the new tires are coming. They don't need to be side by side, but here they are racing it out. Josh gets a fantastic run off of turn 3. That's what he needed to do to get a good run for turn 1, and he's able to defend that position. Masterful job from the 17 of Josh Oswald. As here comes the new tires. Jonah looking back to the inside, but Oswald able to cover it. But here comes the 58 and the 1. They are trying to make as much ground up as they possibly can with just a few laps to go on the outside. We talked about here at North Wilkesboro, able to make the outside work. And, man, they are coming. Now, how much are they going to eat up driving on the outside for that many laps? But if it doesn't matter, if you get up to the front, that's where you want to be. The 58 already back up to 3rd place. He's looking down the barrel of the 31, just making the top side work, and he is just rolling. Jonah going to have to give him the outside. Those guys don't want to be anywhere near the outside. These fresh tires are loving it. Oh, and caution does come out as, man, we've got a bunch of drivers around, I believe. Seems to be a big wreck. Travis Bieber, a playoff driver, is around. And let's go back and see if we can find. Oh, Travis gets in the corner a little bit too hot. As Andy Kurtz got a little bit loose, drives down to the corner. Oh, just contact with his teammate. Oh, and poor Tyler Rice nowhere to go. And caution does come out for the 2nd time. I can't decide. I think tires are just that important. I don't think there's any good news. I don't think it was good news to begin with for Josh Oswald. I don't think this helps or hurts the situation. At the very least, it could help his tires cool off a little bit, give him a little bit more fire off, and give him some grip as maybe the tires equalize just a little bit. But those 16 lap pressure tires are just seem to be rolling the top side really well for the 58. And Matt Telder did a great job of getting through the field as well. And you see Jonah Colbert coming down pit road, saw how the tires made a difference, and he's going to come down pit road and get him a set, as he was in danger of losing a ton of spots as well. when we take the green flag, we're going to have probably about 17 or 18 laps to go. I think the race is between the 58 and the 1. I think whoever gets the best restart, I think the 58's in the best shape, as he will have clear track ahead of him, where the 1's going to have to contend with the 17. So what are you willing to do if you're Matt Telder? Knowing you have a tire advantage, do you take it 3 wide? Do you drive down to the inside if you can get a good enough jump? You know the 17's going to get a good jump on the start. If you can try to time it and take it 3 wide and be on the bottom, you'll have that advantage. Put Cofield in a bad position. Outside of that, it's going to be interesting to see what Matt can do here. As if the 58 gets out ahead of the 17 and he doesn't, that could be all she wrote for the 1. So I think Cofield's in the best position here. Oswald's going to get a nice jump. We'll see the tire difference as they go green here. Going to go green with 18 laps to go. Cofield got a massive jump the last time. I expect the same here. He's really good on these restarts. But it's going to be interesting to see what the 58 and the 1 will do, because they have the freshest tires. Mickey Isaac in the 01, another one that has newer tires. Pace car pulling off, 18 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. 17 gets a nice jump. Was it good enough? I don't think it was. 58 going to be able to roll the top. What's the 1 going to do? 1 going to jump out and try to get to the outside as well. He does. He blocks off the 8. So the 1 going to follow the 58. Knows that he's got to get around the 17. But the 17 is fighting hard on the inside. Not going to make it easy. And looks like Cofield able to take that position. And Matt Telder has got to go. He is going to be in trouble if he can't get around the 17 quickly. He's going to have to try the same thing. The 17 is going to defend the bottom, so you know you're going to have to make those new tires work on the outside. How much have they used up getting through the field? And he is right there. What's he going to do? He's going to dive down to the inside of the 17. Telder has had the speed. He led majority of this race until that first caution, able to make that pass pretty quickly. That was really, really important. Oh, the 114's going around here on the front straightaway, able to save it, so we stayed green. The 1 was able to lead this race, was a little bit faster than Cofield there on that first run. Cofield with the strategy to come down pit road, get 4 tires, and make the jump over the 1 and make the undercut. How much does Matt Telder have? Does he have enough to get up to the 58? Once he gets to the back bumper, what's he going to do? What's he willing to do to get this win? We see guys all over the track. We're going to watch this battle here. 14 laps to go. Can Telder do anything with that 1 machine? About a tenth slower last time by. See what he can do this time. Almost identical lap times we will show you. Oh, caution is out. Andy Kurtz sitting sideways on the track, and caution is out. Cofield did not want to see that, I can tell you. Let's go back and see what may have happened to Andy Kurtz on the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Got Chris Reese on the, Steve McDonald on the outside. Drives down in the corner, and Steve McDonald drives down on the right rear. It gives him a little shove, and around goes the 5. And that brings out this caution. I want to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch for the Wreckage Rewind, but Andy Kurtz goes around and brings out our 3rd caution of the night. So new life if you're the 1 you want. They were running pretty similar lap times, but now he's got another shot. cool the tires down a little bit. He's able to get around the 17. Both of them were. So now they'll both be on the front row. The 58 will have the advantage on the restart to be able to get a good jump. But, man, I'm telling you, I am telling you, I need somebody one time to jump the start. Take a chance. You're going to finish second. If you don't try to jump this start here and try to get to the outside. If I'm Matt Telder, I'm throwing caution to the wind, and I'm going to think of when that 58 is going to go, and I'm going to stomp it. And if I get black flag, so be it. If not, if I time it just right and I get to the outside going into turn one, that may be the race. So, going to be interested to see if Tilder does try to do it. If Jonathan Cofield gets a good restart, it's going to be very, very difficult to get that position back, as they're already 24 hard laps on those tires, so it's not like that they're fresh anymore. Definitely not. They both drove through the field on the outside, so definitely don't have the same grip that they had before. If you're the 58, you've got to get a good jump. You've got to make sure that you get a full car length going down into turn one, and then set sail from there. It's going to be very difficult for the one to make a pass. You can just kind of roll the bottom, protect yourself, and you should have this win, as we're going to go racing with 6 laps to go. We got a couple green-white checkers if we need them. We may end up using them, but we'll see how it all plays out here. Jonathan Cofield, Matt Tilder, Josh Oswald still on those old tires. So second row is 20-lap older tires. So I think the winner is going to come from one of these two front runners, assuming they don't get into it. Pace car getting ready to pull off. What's going to happen here? Oh, the 58 goes around as he... Oh, my goodness, a massive wreck as everybody goes around. Cofield gets spun on the restart. Oh, my goodness, can I believe that? What in the world happened there? Let's go back and watch that as quickly as possible and see what happened. The 58 goes around. My goodness. We're watching from the far chase. Oh, it's hard to say. It looks like the 17 got... Oh, it looks like Josh Oswald was thinking the 58 was going to go. The 58, Cofield doing a slow roll into the green flag, trying to catch these guys off guard. And unfortunately, Josh Oswald... That's weird. I mean, it didn't even... part of me looks like it may have been netcode from behind or something. I'm not really sure. But it looks like he was assuming that Cofield was going to go. I know it's weird to just watch it go back and forth over and over again. Where is Mickey Isaac here? The 01. Who's right behind Josh. Yeah, I have no idea. It looks like Josh Oswald just was trying to time the restart, thought the Cofield was going to go, and man, that was just a big mess as he guns it, trying to save as many positions as he could. But man, that was a mess here. Well, it worked out about as good as it could for Matt Telder, who was able to sneak by and hang on to the lead after that start. My goodness. So I don't know I think this is going to be a green-white checkered. We'll check in just a moment to see. Sometimes they're natural green-white checkered. Sometimes they are official ones. We'll see how that's going to play out. But, man, big disappointment from the 58, who is now showing in 14th position after that incident on that restart. Not enough laps in this thing to come down pit road, so we'll see. Let's check and see if it is. We're about to go green here. It is a green-white checker, so this is an official one, not a natural one. So they will have two attempts at it. This is the first. We get the white flag, or the next flag ends the race. I imagine Telder is going to just go ahead and cut loose here and try to pull away. Kostic, though, on those older tires, going to jump up to the outside, and Telder actually kind of running the defensive line off the corner to block that, and Telder able to get clear, but the 8 is all over the back bumper. Man, did the 1... Oh, and Kostic is going to save the car, trying to stay off of him. White flag is out for Matt Telder. He comes off of turn number 2 down into turn 3. He's got plenty of space. And coming off of turn 4, big crash behind, but the number 1 is going to take the checkered flag, and Matt Telder is your winner here at North Wilkesboro. It's Jonah Colbert doing a Hail Melon all around the outside here at the end. But Matt Telder is your winner. Let's go back and watch that start. We'll watch this right here. As coming off the corner, you're going to see the 8 is going to get, and the 1's going to defend that position, but the 8 just tried to gas it up, and he's going to just get loose, trying to come off the bottom. The 1 did a fantastic job of coming off the corner just like he needed to, making Kostic have to work a little bit harder, and that set him in the right direction. Kostic just nothing left in the tank after that. That was his one shot, but Kostic still comes home in second place. So Polish victory lap for the 1. Matt Telder, that's your winner. Unsponsored ride, so if you're looking to put some money into a race team, that might be one you might pick up. That's a race winner. Woo! Well, man, that was exciting. A lot of stuff going on. I missed a big wreck at the end, but we had to watch Matt Telder take the checkered flag. Let's go over the results as we wait for the leader to do the burnouts. Matt Telder, your winner. Michael Kostic in second. Josh Oswald, after that contact, was still able to come home with a podium position. Michael Nash, who was turned around backwards, able to come home with a fantastic finish in fourth. Tyler Rice, another great recovery for him, comes home in sixth place, or fifth place. Chris Reese in sixth. He is the Dark Horse Motorsports Hard Charger Award winner, Chris Reese. Congratulations to him. Jonah Colbert recovers for a seventh place. Chuck Phelps finishes eighth. That's a great finish for Chuck. Congratulations to him. Steve McDonald in ninth. Andy Kurtz in 10th. 11th, Brandon Wallace. 12th, Travis Bieber. 13th, Brandon Pollock. 14th, Mickey Isaac. 15th, Jonathan Cofield, who is going to be the No Neck Fast Repair Hard Luck Award winner as he gets run over on the restart and ends up in 15th position. Definitely was in position to get that win. Definitely disappointing, but it is short track racing and it happens from time to time. So Matt Clemon in 16th, David Jones in 17th, Philip Monzo in 18th, Kieran Church called it quits pretty early, comes home in 19th. Let's look at the championship standings after that race is over with. And with that issue with Jonathan Cofield, you see Michael Kostic in that second place finish is going to take the top spot. And man, look how competitive this is. Just one wrong move and it could all be over for these drivers. So every one of these positions count. But Kostic, your new points leader, as you see, everybody else in the top 10. We'll move on, see who's after that. Kieran Church, Josh Oswald, and Matt Clement. Those two drivers have missed a race, so Josh Oswald really needed that win to move on to the next round, as he currently is out of the playoffs at the moment. So top 8 go in, and you see those guys are on the outside looking in right now. Mickey Isaac currently sitting on the bubble with a 4-point lead over Travis Bieber. Costa in the playoffs with that win last week in Lime Rock. So, or I don't. Let me see. I may be wrong about that. Let me. Oh, Jonathan Cofield won last week at Motegi. So Cofield is locked in, but Costic now your points leader. All right, enough of that. Let's talk to your winner, Matt Telder. Let's get him in here and talk to him about this race, see what he thought about how that went down. Matt Telder, this Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Eddie.
Man, what a race. Up and down race for you. It started out front, able to get the lead, and you were doing great. And that pit stop, Cofield comes down a couple laps earlier, a second faster on fresher tires. It didn't take but 2 laps for him to gain almost a 4-second advantage on you. And you were, kind of in chase. You were Wile E. Coyote to the Roadrunner there for a bit, chasing him, and gets that caution and able to come down, get some tires, come back out. And on that last little drive, y'all drove to the front. And with that accident on the restart, able to get the win. So congratulations. But man, talk about that race. You had that was a grueling race. I don't know. I would need a couple beers after what you went through.
Yeah, there's gonna be a couple cold ones being poured here very shortly. No, that I honestly I think if I'm not he had to have taken 2 tires on that first pit stop to be able to pull out that gap on me that he did, I think. And when I was watching the relative, I had to spot my spotter was watching the relative on me, and he said you're closing at about 2 or 3 tenths a lap. We were trying to do the math, and I was gonna catch him if that stayed green. I was on pace to catch him with about 5 to go. So that would have been interesting too. I really didn't want to see that caution because I knew it'd just come down for sure to me and him at that point. But yeah, then got that caution, and I didn't expect that many guys to stay out. And we went, oh crap, here we go. This is gonna be fun. This is fun. Got in the high line, just followed Cofield around the outside with the better tires. So, and I'm not sure what really happened on that restart. I went when the green lights came on. I don't know if Cofield spun the tires, missed a gear, Oswald ran him over. I'm not sure. And then I thought Kostic coming to the white flag, he had a hell of a run coming out of 4, and then I seen him get sideways, which then ultimately gave me the race. But yeah, overall, that was a up and down roller coaster of a race, let me tell you.
Yeah, for sure. But it's these type of races that, man, when you win them, man, they feel so little chef's kiss sweet, man. As you had to really fight for it. It wasn't easy for you at all, and you needed skill. You needed a little bit of luck and a little bit of help, maybe from the 17. And but there at the end, did all the right things, did all the right moves, didn't make any mistakes, and able to hold off a valiant effort from the 8 car on older tires to try to get around you and able to get that win. So congratulations, man. I mean, what were you thinking when that restart happened and you saw that big wreck behind you and you thought, okay, I got this, and then all of a sudden that 8 car who you thought was not even a threat came out of nowhere and had that run on you. What were you thinking at that moment?
Yeah, as soon as I saw that wreck happen and I saw who was behind me, saw the pit numbers, stuff like that, crew chief told me what the pit numbers were. I was like, all right, well, this should be, theoretically on paper, should be a walk in the park at that point. But so then obviously took the white flag or took the green, and then 1 through 1 and 2 pulled out a gap a little bit, and then coming in 3 and 4, I'll be honest, I gripped the wheel a little bit tighter coming out of 4, seeing that 8 car come a little bit faster on me. So definitely, he gave me a scare there. I'll give him that. He's a hell of a driver. So.
Yeah, well, man, great race from you, man. I, was talking about you during the middle of the race and just saying that, a lot of times just getting in, trouble from time to time, getting into accidents that may not have anything to do with you, might have something to do with you. But tonight you did a clean race. You're really fast, obviously the whole time, and able to come away with the win. You definitely deserved it and earned it tonight. So congratulations, Matt, on the win. And man, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Just thank Bubba and the guys for, as always, for creating this league, allowing me to come actually race this season. This is the first season I've ever been here. Like I said, had a bunch of wrecks earlier in the year that wasn't my fault, partially my fault. Some were not my fault. Sometimes better be lucky than good, like I was tonight. But thank you for the broadcast. You always put out a great product. Anybody that I send a link to loves watching your broadcast. They're one of their favorites. So just thank you guys in the league for putting this on. All the nights you guys put on, we enjoy racing it.
Well, there you have it. Matt Telder, your winner here tonight at North Wilkesboro in the Arca Series, and with a fantastic race. A little bit of drama at the end, but he's able to stay out of it, and that's what it takes sometimes in this series is to stay out of it, be in the right place at the right time, and also have some speed on that loud pedal. And he definitely had it tonight. So congratulations to him. Let's talk to our second place driver, Michael Kostick. Michael, there's Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, that was a fun race. You were constantly moving up through the field, and then there at the end, just patiently hanging out back there on those old tires, able to keep that track position. And there at the end, you had one shot, and Taylor comes off a little bit low doing a defensive line, and those rear tires just lit up on you. But almost able to make a move there at the end. But yeah, a great race from you all around. Talk about the race and then that little move at the end to try to get the win.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting that long of a green flag run, so I kind of went into tire saving mode, and it was tough to pass. Track was slick, so getting a run off the corner was difficult. But yeah, that just got a little too happy on the throttle there at the end. I think if I was patient and stayed on his back bumper, I could have probably made a move out of two, but it is what it is. Second's not too bad.
Yeah, and with that and everything that went on, you were able to take over the points lead. Now, Cofield is got an automatic bid into the next round, but having the points lead sure is nice because you can have a real bad race and still make your way into the top 8 next week. However, you're not completely out of it, or you're not completely theoretically. So what do you have to do next week, knowing that you have a pretty good points lead? But you can't just phone it in. How are you going to race next week? What's your plan to try to make sure you get into the top 8?
I don't even know where we're at. I think we're at Atlanta. Probably just save tires and just try to get a top 5 would be nice, but a top 10 would probably be a safe call. So just try to stay out of trouble and not make any mistakes.
Well, as you look down the field of the folks that you're racing with, who do you pick out as sort of your main one or two that you're really looking at that you're saying, hey, I've got to try to match them every week to be able to be the champion in this series?
Well, Cofield for sure. He's strong everywhere, but everybody else is just as difficult to beat. Everyone's got their strengths in certain areas, so any given week anybody can really win. But yeah, Cofield's definitely going to be I think the one to beat this season.
Well, congratulations, Mike, on a second place. That was a lot of fun to watch. Good job holding on those old tires and getting that second place finish. That's a championship type run tonight for sure. So congratulations. As always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, thank you in the booth for doing broadcast. Brandon Wallace for putting on a series, and my teammates at Bandits.
Well, there you have it. Second place, Michael Kostick. Let's talk to our third place finisher, Josh Oswald. Not without any drama tonight, though, as we got Josh in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Well, really good race from you. You moved up so many spots in that first run, putting on a clinic of passing cars. Guys really seem to struggle making passes, especially on the bottom. Most guys are making their passes on either fresher tires or on the outside. But you were able to slowly work your way through the field and get up towards the front. What was the ticket to you being able to move up through the field that other folks couldn't really do?
I mean, I tend to like the inside line of Wilkesboro, but a straighter, shallow entry, not charging a corner too hard, keeping the front tires underneath it so I could still have grip. I mean, I was struggling fighting rear grip coming off the corner when sometimes when I would try to make the cut to get underneath someone, show the nose, but uh, eventually I just had to wait for, those guys to burn their tires off one by one. They just started coming back to me, just really, not trying not to arc it too much to where I wasn't shredding the tires on entry.
Well, and you got up into the top 5, and then there, one of those late cautions, Cofield, Tilder, those guys come down pit road, leave you out front. In that moment, whenever they go down pit road, how confident, you only had a 16 lap old tires at that point, how confident were you in that decision that you made?
I would have been a little more confident in if more cars had stayed out. When I come to find out they weren't that far behind me, I kind of regretted it a little bit, but I thought, if I get out and get away, maybe they'd get held up a little bit, but didn't happen. They made their way back to the front pretty quickly, and then it just too much of a tire difference to defend.
Yeah, and then on that last restart, it was really unclear. We went back and watched it a couple times, not really clear what happened there on the restart. There's always so much going on, and just some contact between you and the 53. What happened from your point of view?
Green light come on, he didn't go. That's really all it was. The green light come on, everybody hit the gas except him. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to run him over. I don't know if he feels that way. I mean, if he does, it is what it is. I didn't intentionally put him around, but I mean, I got jacked up too on the start there because he didn't go. So, I mean, that's really the long and short of it. The green light come on and everybody went but him.
Yeah, and you're fighting, you're fighting for the win. If you could win this race tonight, that would punch your ticket into the next round as you missed, the race last week. So, you're in the playoff hunt trying to get into this championship 4, which I think is a very prestigious one to get into. Good night tonight, finishing in 3rd. That gains you a bunch of points. What do you need to do next week at Legacy Atlanta to really make sure that you get in the top 8 and move on to the next round of the playoffs?
Looking at the points, I got to win. So we'll see.
Well, all right. Well, Josh, that was an incredible race by you. Very, very fun to watch. You got a lot of TV time in that Velocity Motorsports 17, and that's always good. Who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout-outs?
Thank you for doing the broadcast. Velocity Motorsports, Superior Performance Motorsports, Big Frig Coolers, our dictator Bubba, and all my friends and family to watch at home.
All righty. Josh Oswald, your 3rd place finisher, with a great finish tonight. That was a lot of fun to watch. Man, what another great race out of this bunch, this Arca series. Just something to behold. I just love every week. And next week it's going to be so much fun. You got to come back and watch that one, as we're going to take on Legacy Atlanta. And I tell you what, I'm excited as all get out for that one. So, man, a lot of stuff happening. That's why North Wilkesboro is just so legendary. Just so much can go wrong and so much can go right for you very quickly. So, next week, 100 laps at Atlanta Legacy to set the round of 8. 8 drivers going to be fighting it out to be the one of the 4 to go to Las Vegas and fight for the championship. We got Dover, Phoenix, and New Atlanta, what I call the Atlanta Super Speedway, as the cutoff race for the Final 4. Boy, it is going to be something else. Come on back, and watch as the next couple weeks are going to be something. Are going to be some really good racing. So, all right, guys. Well, we're getting out of here. I am War Slap Out. You can hear I don't even know what I'm saying. Man, good job to Matt Telder. Good job to the field. That was a lot of fun. And North Wilkesboro shows just why it's so important that it was remade. It's just a fantastic track. Puts on some great racing. So, anyway, y'all have a good night. We will see y'all Sunday night for the Rebels Truck Series.